I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Linden High School. This is your principal, Mrs. Horry, and I have four very special co-hosts joining me today, Mr. Walker, Ms. Ortiz, Mr. Thurston, and Mr. Bandinelli. We will be hosting a very special Teacher's Appreciation edition of TNT News.
A teacher's job is never done. Their days are spent solving math problems, analyzing the passages of books, teaching lessons of history, explaining scientific concepts, and serving as the students' trusted experts in their content area.
When the bell rings and you are dismissed, their day doesn't stop there. There are countless pages of homework to grade, lessons to plan, and maybe even a sports team to coach or club to advise.
Teacher Appreciation Week gives us the opportunity to honor and recognize all the amazing teachers who work so hard to help you reach success.
Linden High School is filled with amazing teachers who care so much about you. We asked some of our educators different questions about what motivates them to do what they do. Here's what they had to say.
I think the best thing about teaching is that moment in the classroom when a student comes to discover that they have a talent that they didn't know existed. Whether they find that they're excellent at debating or a good orator or a lawyer on a mock trial team. It's then that makes teaching quite special.
The best thing about teaching is seeing the look on my students' face when they actually understand a really difficult concept.
The best thing about teaching is you get to inspire students to be their best every day.
The best thing about teaching is seeing their faces light up and when they actually come back and tell you everything that they've done.
I know I make a difference when students come to class talking about something they heard in the news and relate it to something they learned a few days ago in my history class.
I teach because I wanted to make a big difference in the world, and I knew I couldn't do it all by myself, so I do it through my students every day.
I teach because it makes a difference. I love my students because every day they inspire me and because they give me great hope for a wonderful future.
I teach because I enjoy teaching. It's challenging for me when I could develop the minds of the students that I teach.
I love my students because they are a bundle of positive energy.
I teach because, as Confucius says, if your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, teach children.
I teach because I love seeing the look on a student's face when they can finally master that skill that they've been struggling with for a while.
I teach because I want my students to love math as much as I do.
I teach because it's the one profession I know can make a difference.
That was beautiful. Students, you are so fortunate to be surrounded by such passionate educators.
It's a very rewarding experience.
Every student has a special teacher who has been very influential to them. I still remember my favorite teacher when I was in school. Mr. Thurston and Mr. Bandinelli, do you remember your favorite teachers?
Of course I do. My favorite teacher was Mr. Hayco, and that's one of the reasons why I went into teaching history.
My favorite teacher was Mr. Franco, my Algebra 1 teacher.
Wow, they must have really made an important impact on you since you still remember them after all of these years.
Some students of Linden High School have shared who are some of their most influential teachers and why. Let's see what they had to say.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Cosby, and I'll never forget him because not only does he do his best to teach me, but he also helps me out with life and he gives me advice that I will never forget.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Missouri because he makes learning fun and exciting.
My favorite teacher is Madam Floyd because she cares for students every day.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Mitchell. He's my favorite teacher because we have a lot in common with each other and we always talk about things we have interest in whenever we have the free time, and he's always very helpful to me.
My favorite teacher is Miss Stratus because she's never in a bad mood. Like, everyone could annoy her at once and she'll never lash out on her students, and she's always so great.
My teacher is Dr. Tartavia because she's always so helpful and she's a very positive influence on everyone's life.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. Brady because she's an inspiration to everyone around her and she inspires me to be a better person inside and out.
My favorite teacher is Mr. McMahon because he's a real and genuine person and he teaches me a lot about life and a lot of things that I need to know about.
Although he's not a teacher anymore, our favorite is Mr. Walker.
He's always been our #1 supporter.
And he's always pushed us to do better and go for our dreams.
My favorite teacher is Miss Silva because, you feel me, she's always encouraging me to work to my fullest potential and always working hard
And yeah, my favorite teacher is Mr. Steer because he's a concerned teacher and helps with work and stuff like that. And he also made me a better writer and pushed me to be a better writer. And he also gets extra credit and like help my grades. So yeah.
Enough thanks can't go out to all of our amazing educators of LHS.
This year, a very special teacher was chosen to be Linden High School's Teacher of the Year. His kind heart and aspiration to help his students reach success has been recognized by his peers.
This outstanding teacher is Mr. Fischetti. Here's a special presentation dedicated to him.
Mr. Fischetti was raised in Bayonne, New Jersey for all of his adolescent life. His parents are second-generation Italian and Portuguese Americans, and his grandfather's influence in the story of how he came over from Portugal as a teenager by himself with no knowledge of English or American culture is what really inspired him as a child. Although his background is Portuguese, he always considered him as the driving influence in his study and appreciation of the Italian language and culture. When he met his grandmother, who was born in Italy, he was captivated with the Italian culture and language. As a sophomore in high school at St. Peter's Preparatory School in Jersey City, New Jersey, Mr. Fischetti began his formal study of Italian. It was during his junior and senior year, under the tutelage of Mrs. Rosalie Romano, that his interest, appreciation, and love of the Italian language truly flourished, and where he was a member of the Italian Club, president of the Italian National Honor Society, and graduated with the Gold Medal of Italian Achievement at commencement. After high school, Mr. Fischetti received the Unico Scholarship for his academics in Italian and the enrichment of the Italian culture. He entered Seton Hall University as a declared Italian major and added the dual major of secondary education his sophomore year. At Seton Hall University, he was awarded a university scholarship and was a finalist for the Joseph M. and Geraldine C. LaMotta Chair Italian Studies Scholarship. During the summer, between sophomore and junior year, he spent a semester abroad studying at Università di Pisa, where he received credits from both Seton Hall University and Università di Pisa. In May 2006, Mr. Fischetti graduated magna cum laude with Bachelor of Science degree in secondary education.
Bene, no? Sì. Allora oggi facciamo qualcosa di diversa e molto buffo, va bene?
He was interviewed and hired in August 2006 by the Linden Board of Education and has worked in the Linden Public Schools for all of his career in the elementary, middle, and high school capacities. At Linden High School, he has been the advisor for the Italian Club, the Italian National Honor Society, and the Italian Exchange Program. Recently, Mr. Fischetti has been a member of various committees such as Student of the Month, College and Career Day Committee, Graduation Committee, District Launch, and the Instructional Leadership Team. Mr. Fischetti considers himself extremely fortunate to have found this vocation and to come to Linden every day to share his love of the Italian language and culture to the future leaders that enter his classroom on a daily basis. We would like to congratulate Mr. Fischetti on being named Teacher of the Year at Linden High School. Congratulations, Mr. Fischetti. You're the best.
I just want to congratulate Ms. Fischetti on getting Teacher of the Year. You helped me throughout my whole entire high school career learning Italian, and I just want to say thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Fischetti, for winning Teacher of the Year. We appreciate everything you do, and thank you for being the best teacher ever. We love you.
Grazie, Mr. Fischetti.
Congratulations, Mr. Fischetti.
These past 3 years have been a great. We love you.
Uova e anche 2-4 porzioni alla settimana. Bravissima. Scusa.
This has been our special Teacher Appreciation Week edition of TNT News. Although Teacher Appreciation is only a week, always remember to recognize and appreciate all of the hard work your teachers dedicate to helping you.
We will now present you a slideshow dedicated to the remarkable educators of Linden High School. Have a great weekend, everyone!
Hey everyone, we're the Class of 2020 Student Council.
As you know, we are hosting the first annual color run on Saturday, June 10th. The cost per runner is $35 per person. Teams of 5 or more is $30.
Isn't that a lot of money?
Don't worry about the price. You can find people to sponsor your ticket.
This is the form you tried to keep home last week. Here you can keep track of the money you raised to cover your registration fee.
Sign up by Thursday, May 25th from room 312. If you have any questions, find us.
Can't wait to see you June 10th.
Linden High School, we have a surprise for you guys, something new that has never happened in school before.
Make sure to mark your calendars because on Thursday, May 18th, the Spanish National Honor Society is hosting a Zumba class with a professional instructor after school from 3 to 4, an hour of fun. You can't miss it.
But if you can't come to the Zumba event, no worries. We're also accepting $3 donations, and this money will go to St. Jude's, and you can be part of a free raffle to win a basket full of gifts.
We'll be selling snacks like empanadas, drinks, and more. 100% of the proceeds will be going to St. Jude's Hospital.
I mean, who doesn't like Zumba?
He sure does.
Just a reminder, admission tickets are $3. Be sure to purchase yours before they are sold out with any Spanish National Honor Society member or us. Come and support. We hope to see you there.
There we go. My favorite teacher was Mr. Franco, my math teacher.
Wow, they must have been. Wow, they was. Wow.
Knew you guys away, huh?
They must have really made an important impact on you since you still remember them after all of these years.
Of course. I do. My favorite teacher was, well, that's a tough one. You throw that curveball at me, wise guy. You didn't let me in on that.
Mrs. Horry, and I have Can I do it again? It's a big word for.
Here we go.
Oh, one time.
Where we calling for takeout?
Polish deli.
Polish deli?
Oh my God. Good morning, Linden High School. This is your principal, Mrs. Horry, and I have 4.
We're going to be here for a while. I hope you guys don't have anywhere to go.
Stop it, Dave. Good morning, Linden High School. This is your principal, Mrs. Horry, and I have 4 very special co-hosts joining me today. Mr. Walker, Ms. Ortiz, Mr. Thurston, and Mr. Bandinelli. We will be hosting a very special teacher's appreciation. I gotta do that again.
Are you kidding me?
I can't. I don't know. I can't speak.